It's a long-lasting conflict. It's been going on between Sudan and more recently, obviously, South Sudan. It's kind of a legacy of, obviously, of former times. So I would sum it up by saying it's a remnant of an incomplete divorce between two countries. Abyei has a huge symbolic value to not only to Khartoum and Juba, but more importantly to the Ngok Dinka and the Missiriya, who both are aligned with one or the other capitals. There are quite a few solutions, but certainly the one UNISFA continues to advocate for would be the implementation of joint institutions that would lead to an agreement, probably through a referendum. I think the communities are supportive of UNISFA, at least in its security dimension. They're very supportive of the TCC activities out there, the patrols and this and that. There's also a perception that UNISFA is not doing enough in terms of development. So there's this notion, I think it's probably because the resolution is not fully understood by our local communities. Overall, there's a tremendous degree of trust, and certainly I think that both communities would like us to stay until the resolution is found.
Operating in Abyei can be quite challenging due to its remote location, limited infrastructure and the geographical span of the borders between South and Sudan. Logistic support remains challenging, especially during the rainy season, which creates a major constraint on road movement and to carry out clearance operations. As per the United Nations Resolution 1990, Abyei remains a demilitarized zone, and UNISFA is mandated to confiscate and destroy weapons from any individual or groups bearing arms. UNMAS, in cooperation with the United Nations Police and the Ethiopian Battalion and national monitors from Sudan and South Sudan, manages the disposal of weapons and ammunition confiscated as a result of UNISFA peacekeeping operations.
We closely liaise in sensitizing the people. The fact that we are always out with the communities and the community protection committees, it is easy for us to get these guns, weapons from the communities. So once we get them, we always give them to UNMAS for custody and eventual destruction.
UNMAS implements non-technical surveys, explosive ordnance disposal, area clearance and route assessments through its implementing partners. These mine action activities pave the way for conducting safe peacekeeping operations, the safe delivery of humanitarian aid, the safe return of displaced communities, and facilitates the traditional nomadic migration of animals.
The redeployment of the armed forces of the two countries is going on, and now we are monitoring every movement and also the movement of people and goods and services around the corridor is very positive. We are trying to make stable, safe demilitarized border zone according to the given mandate and the agreements of the two governments.
UNMAS patrol support teams deploy together with a joint border verification and monitoring mechanism, ground patrol teams, to provide safe access, avoid hazardous area, and dispose of any unexploded ordnance identified during missions.
Fire! I think UNMAS, obviously firstly do a critical job related to force mobility in peacekeeping operations. We can't move to the place we need to be to do what we need to do on the ground. Our troops can't do that unless they can move safely without fear of IEDs, landmines, and so on. So obviously what UNMAS does is a critical enabler for peacekeeping operations.
UNMAS, through its implementing partners, deliver mine risk education to all communities, which is inclusive of men, women, boys and girls. Mine risk education is also presented to all UNIFSFA personnel to teach them how to safely respond when encountering explosive remnants of war.
Why are we proud of this project? Because it is the first time here in Abyei the people or the community know about the mine risk education. It is the first time for them all to know about the mine risk education.
In consultations with the Abyei Education Department and UNICEF, UNMAS distributed more than 20,000 school bags equipped with basic school supplies and mine risk education materials. We specifically reach out to children as one of our main priorities and focus areas, as children remain vulnerable to the threat of unexploded ordnance due to their inquisitive nature.
So I'd say UNMAS is doing a great job here. We're delighted to have UNMAS as a key partner here.
They have done tremendous work in a sense that the casualties to mines are almost they have gone down tremendously. The communities, they see UNMAS as part of them. Their work has been a support to the entire work of UNISFA as a mission.